welcome to week 1 strength leg workout. First exercise today, we are going to be going with barbell squats. Now I want you to build up nice and strong, so make sure you've got a few warm-up sets, and then when you go into your working sets, when you find your working weight, we've got 5 sets of 5 reps with 120 seconds rest. I want a 5-second eccentric and a 1-second concentric phase. So counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down to the bottom and then driving on up. Just check it from a different angle. Here, first move, you'll always see my bum goes back first. So at the top, I'm going back with my bum, I'm lowering the weight down, and I'm driving on up. This was getting particularly heavy, so I had to focus on my form, try and keep your chest up. Keep your head up slightly. You want a neutral position with your spine, but you want to make sure that you are slightly tilted up rather than looking down and forcing the bar forward. Second exercise, we've got reverse lunges. 4 sets of 8 reps on each side with a 90-second rest period. We've got a 4-second eccentric and a 1-second concentric. Now this counts from as soon as you start moving. So I want to make sure you're nice and controlled when you're going back and then coming forward. Notice I've got a good 90-degree bend in my legs. I'm not letting my knee touch the floor. I'm going back down and I'm focusing on the front leg. So this time it's my left leg is doing all the work. So I'm controlling that weight with my left side, keeping my balance, staying nice and strong on my core, keeping upright, and then from there driving on up with that left leg. So it's not the back foot that's pushing off the floor, it's the front foot that's standing up. Moving on to the next exercise, we've got a single leg press, or single leg press, should I say. 4 sets of 8 reps with 90 seconds rest. Now the rest period needs to start as soon as you finish on that first leg, so don't get wasting time. I want a 4-second eccentric phase, so lowering down for 4 seconds and then driving on up for 1. Okay, with this exercise, try and make sure your feet are hip width apart. You don't want to be going too wide with your feet, and you don't want to be going too narrow because it will just put your hip in a different position. So I want to make sure it's nice and in line with your hips. Now from here, this angle is perfect. I want you to make sure that your knee is tracking down your foot line and it's not coming in or not going out too far. It shouldn't go out too much, but I want to make sure it's not going in. So the knee doesn't want to be moving in, it wants to be staying nice and straight, if not pushing out slightly. Okay, this is going to make sure that you're activating your quads properly and not putting pressure on your knees. Next exercise, we've got leg curls. 4 sets of 8 reps with 90 seconds rest in between each set. We've got a 4-second eccentric phase and a 1-second concentric phase. So driving on down for 1 and then nice and controlled back for 4 seconds. So this one, with the leg curls, I generally change my foot position per set. So if I'm doing 3 sets, I'll do 1 feet forward, set 2 would be feet turned out, set 3 would be feet turned in, set 4 could be feet neutral again, depending on which side of my hamstrings I want to activate a little bit more. So you can see from this angle my feet are slightly turned out just so I can hit more of the lateral portion, the outer portion of my hamstring, just to try and develop the muscles a little bit differently and just aid with growth. Moving on to your leg extensions, we've got 4 sets of 8 reps with 90 seconds rest. We've got a 4-second eccentric phase and a 1-second concentric phase. Same principle as the leg curls. I try and alter my foot position. So with this one here, my feet are slightly turned out, ever so slightly, and I'm driving on up for 1 second and then lowering on back down for 4. Same principle as the leg curls. See here, this one, they're more neutral. So I'm driving on up. Now with this exercise and with the leg curls as well, I always try and go full range of motion if I can, but sometimes you're pushing weight and it's heavy, so you may not get the full range of motion. So to finish off that set, just keep pushing it, trying to get it as far as you can. If you can't get to the top, don't worry, and then just try and, if you physically cannot do any more, just drop the weight as a drop set and continue the rest. Final exercise we've got is standing calf raises. We've got 4 sets of 8 reps and 90 seconds rest in between each set. Got a 4-second eccentric phase and a 1-second concentric phase. Now this is such a very small movement that to try and do a 4-second negative or eccentric phase, is very difficult. So I want to make sure that you're lowering down as slow and controlled as you can, keeping the tension on the calves, not in the quads. I don't want you tensing your quads and keeping your legs straight. I want a slight bend in those knees. The reason why you want a slight bend in those knees is when you're lowering down, if you can notice my knees are bent, I'm actually stretching my soleus just below the calf, and stretching the calf out as well, so it'll aid when I'm driving on up. Thanks very much for checking this video out, guys, and I will be with you soon on another Andy Spooner Fitness workout.